Good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. My name is Mariam Obojang. Another Football House update here at our main headquarters in Kanifing. And we bring you the latest happenings here, happening in football in the country. And of course, today will be no exception, as I have someone who will be talking to us about some of the activities that is happening in his institution. And of course, we'll be delving into matters and also discussing a lot about some of the most important things on their calendar this time around. My name is Mariam Obojang. I have a full house already, my production crew. Thank you very much for always putting this production together. And yes, last week we had a very important meeting, the club management meeting. I know a lot of teams are preparing to make sure that this season is going to be a very, very interesting one, both in the first and the second division. And of course, Football House will be preparing to make sure we bring you all the sound bites and make sure that we bring you all the exciting videos you need to see in the first division, of course, respectively in the second division as well. Starting from next week, we'll be talking about the league exclusively because the league is starting 10th November and we'll be bringing you all the exciting things you need to know about from the coaches to the players, from the first to the second division. On Monday, expect Amboy to bring you all of those exciting news with regards to the first division football league here in the Gambia. But first, I'm going to introduce my guest. He is no other person but Mr. Cheikh Malain Manka. He is the sports minister, right, at the University of the Gambia. Cheikh, thank you very much for coming here and, of course, talking to us about some of the important schedules you have at the UTG. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Chair, I know you're a very busy man, taking a little time out from your schedule to come to us and of course talked about your activities. It's very, very good. But then we also know that you guys have been very busy organizing tournaments and all of things that is concerning football at the UTV. But first, we understand that you have a partnership with the Gambia Football Federation, the body responsible for football here in the country. Tell us a little bit about the partnership before we delve into the tournaments you guys are organizing.
Yes, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I am Cheikh Malain Manka, by the way. I'm the current sports minister of the University of the Gambia Student Union. Well, actually, we have been in partnership with the GFF in making sure that we have a wonderful tournament this year. I fully remember last year when I was a sport minister at Ecomonsa. There are some things that we did not have from the GFF, but thanks, to Allah, this year we have been able to get a lot of support from them. Before we start the tournament proper, we write a courtesy to the GFF house. We were granted an audience. We came and meet with them. We put some things in place that we want them to assist us with. One which is the capacity building training. In helping some of the students in terms of match commissioning. And these are the same students, that commission all the games. It has reduced the terms of cost. Rather than taking people outside, we are using our own students which have been trained by the GFF. After that, also during the meeting, we also claim to them some of the materials that we need for help. Alhamdulillah, we were given 3 balls that we used during the tournament. We were given a corner flag and a red card and yellow card. This has really contributed a lot to the Vice Chancellor's football tournament this year, which is taking place.
Interesting. When it comes to football games, match commissioning is an integral part when doing football matches. How serious are your match commissioners? I mean, we understand the competition department did help in training those commissioners. How are they taking this match commissioning during games?
Well, as they have been trained, to do it professionally, to do it fair, at least, but try to be there prior before the time, inspect the football field, use the match forms and all that. At the end of the day, write a report. We also have the list of all the students that have been trained, and hopefully these are people that can be used by the GFF because they have been trained by the GFF. Some of them are currently at their sub-regions, serving as match commissioners. So this has been a very, very wonderful help, and I hope the initiative continues year on, year out because but these are students that already understand how to write reports. They are good with their grammar. It's just a matter of taking them through on the process on how to do things. It was very, very successful, and it is really helping them a lot.
How many students are we talking about here?
But it's about 23 students that were trained on that day. Sure.
Wow. That is very impressive. I like the fact that you said they come on time and they also do inspections and all of that. That is very impressive. I mean, how are the teams that are participating, how are they taking the match commission? Because sometimes, match commissioners will talk to teams and they will they will not correspond accordingly. How are the teams working with the match commission?
I think the training really helped them a lot because it gives them the knowledge that is required of them, because these are students and they are part of various schools. And this tournament is also organized between schools. So sometimes it is very, very difficult for them to make some decisions. But with the knowledge that they gain from the GFF training and all that, they are able to make very, very wonderful decisions. And finally we are at the final stage of the tournament right now. Yeah, we have faced some challenges, a lot of challenges.
I was coming to that. What some of the challenges?
Of, how is it called? In terms of teams coming late during games, how they should be addressed. In terms of applications and how is it called? Players being appealed and all that. Yes, players being appealed and all that. And in terms of some of the referees, the way they coordinate the game. So these match commissioners are the ones that help us in terms of making all the decisions to making sure that the tournament is run smoothly.
So if an appeal is being made, do you sit as a commission or as a board to take decisions, or you leave only the match commissioners to take decisions?
Not only the match, we have a committee. I work with a full committee. So these are the people that will sit, and within those committee we try to set an independent body that will be responsible of the case.
You guys are all about business, huh?
Indeed, at least we are trying by all means, for our tournament, if it is not standard.
I hope you are not organizing a mini league outside from the Gambia Football Federation league.
It is indeed a very, very interesting tournament because it has been going on for a while, I think, and currently it is part of the constitution that every year there should be a sport. Sport has been part of the constitution of the University of the Gambia. So whosoever is in as sports minister, no matter what, you have to make sure that you organize sporting activities. And the most popular sport in the Gambia is football.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't be fair for a sport minister to come and complete his or her tenure without organizing football in the University of the Gambia.
Quite interesting there. Part of the challenges, do you also face challenges when it comes to refereeing, or that is not a constraint at all?
Yes, well, all thanks to GFF, because last year what we normally do is we talk to few individuals that normally come and coordinate ref our games. But this year, I talked with my committee and they put it to me that yes, we have to go with a different method. So what we did was to write to GFF, that we need standard referees, we need referees that are going to be competent, referees that are going to show up on time, and they also directed us to the West Coast Referee Association, because most of our games are played around West Coast. But sometimes we do have some games around the Kanifing areas. What they normally do is when we have a game at Kanifing, these Kanifing referees will come and step up and call the game. But these referees are normally paid after the game.
Interesting. So it's like you have a mutual understanding with all of these subcommittees that are working with all these regions.
Sure.
Interesting. So take us through some of the various competitions you have at the UTG level when it comes to football, because I know you have male football and female football as well. Take us through that.
Yes, we have a Vice Chancellor's male competition, which we have 14 teams taking part in it, 12 schools, and we have the alumni, which are the university graduates. They also have their team. With the administration also, they have their team, making it 14. So during the tournament, what we did was we separated it into 3 groups. We have the group A was 5. It involved 5 teams. Group B also had 5 teams. Then group C has 4 teams. So within that, where 5 teams are, only 3 teams qualify. 3, 3, 6. Then you have the other 2 there, which makes it 8. Then we go to straight semi-final. Then we have the finals. Unlike the female tournament, this year we were not able to get the number that we were expecting, but they also turn up, and we have 6 schools that participated because some schools were joined together. So we have 6 teams, they played Group A and Group B. They all played together, then first and second played the semi-final. From there, we are heading to the final, which is going to be in November on the 1st at the Brikama Mini Stadium.
Wow, already. So how many, you spoke about the number of teams. In terms of challenges when it comes to the teams, both in the male and the women side, how challenging is it? Do you have more difficulties in the men or in the female side?
I think,
do the players turn up usually?
I said now, I think we face more challenges with the side of the ladies because of the concept that people have about sports. Most of these ladies that come to the university are in for academics, and
not for sports.
Not for sports. So some of the sports ministers find it very, very, very challenging, in terms of getting players and all that. But for the side of the male, the request for it, it's very, very easy. Some sports ministers even complain that we increase it because we normally take 25. Your squad should be 25, but some complain that they have more than 30 students because a lot of students are interested in playing football, especially in the Gambia here. So for the female teams is normally challenging a little, but for that of the male, it's always smooth to get players to come on board.
Yeah. So when it comes to organizing these events, you need a venue, which is sometimes very difficult for most people. But in the case of UTG, through the partnership with the Gambia Football Federation, we are made to understand that the accessibility of certain venues have been made easier. Tell us about this.
Yes, in the beginning of the tournament, last year we find it very, very hard to get venues. But when we reached at the semi-finals, that was when we started using the goal project. But this year it was a different case. We started with playing at Farato football field. We sometimes use the Bakau Stadium, and we sometimes use the goal project and Gambia College. But as soon as we finished the group stages, we were able to meet with the GFF that yes, we want to play all our games at the goal project. So we were granted audience. We came, we had a meeting with them. They made a huge discount for us to be able to access the field. Sometimes other people will book the field before us, but once we inform them that we are going to use the field on a particular date, they permit us to use it. So we played the quarterfinals there. We played the semi-final there, but we cannot play the final there because of some of the activities that we plan on doing there. They are not available at the goal project currently. That's why we are taking it to the Brikama Mini Park. But we are looking forward to next year, inshallah, the sports minister coming. At least if we have this collab with our GFF, then we can have at least if we don't have a standard football field at Faraba, we can at least access the GFF football field, which is at the goal project for our entire tournament, starting from the first game, to the last game, inshallah.
The importance of education when it comes to footballers, sometimes it can be a bit challenging expressing and of course doing certain things when you're doing football. So obviously it will not be a problem because UTG students of course are there to make sure they have that understanding and all of that stuff. So we want to talk about the importance of education to our footballers. And also, do you get to introduce these footballers to maybe first division teams? If maybe anybody is interested, can get them through to introduce them to their footballing career as well?
As of now, the university itself, with the help of the management, we have a sport directorate.
Okay.
So this sport directorate has managed to have a third division team in the university.
Third division?
Yes. Wow. Currently we are taking part at the Banjul, tournament. We're looking forward to making it to the second division, then the fourth division. Sport itself cannot go without education, because every player, if you want to go pro, you must sign contract. Every player, if you want to go pro, you must stand in front of media to make deliberations and all that. How will you be able to present yourself if you are not being trained to do this? So I think basically sports goes with academics. And life after sports also is very, very important because you can only be a sport personnel at your young age. Once you are done, you can never, you cannot play again. What will you do with your life? I think this is a question that youths that are engaged in football should really ask themselves. What will I do in case if I have an injury? What will I do if I retire as a football player? We have seen a lot of legends in the Gambia that we are very, very good footballers. But because some of them were not able to get papers, now they will just have to sit at home. People will be singing their name. Yeah, he was a very good footballer. But now it's very, very difficult for some of them to even take care of their families. But notwithstanding, even the pros in the other leagues that we look upon, some of them have their degrees.
Right.
Some of them have their masters. After football, you can as well continue on doing something that you really love aside from football. So I think we should really try by all means, every footballer should really try by all means focus on both football and education, as it is very, very important. Agents might come, here and there trying to convince you, brands, ambassadors will come trying to convince you to do, but you need to understand what is your benefit from it before you go in for it, rather than just being a layman to sign contracts without reading and understanding them. Yeah.
So aside from the educational part, when agents are interested in you, because you mentioned the third division team, when individuals or agents are interested in a particular player, do you help negotiate to get them this player at the UTG?
Yes.
Has it ever happened?
Yes, at our level, the university third division team is not only for the university students, just to make this clear.
Oh, it's not only for UTG?
No, it's not only for UTG students. We have both UTG and non-UTG students.
Okay.
And some of these students this year, we have encouraged a lot of them to at least go back, maybe probably go back and have their private WAS exams to make it to the university, which is going to be very, very important for them and their life as well. Because looking at it, we normally have international university competitions. And if you are a very, very good footballer, you are playing for the University of the Gambia, but you are not a student of the university, then you are denied this chance.
Wow.
And how is it called? We are also trying to work on a project whereas most of our players can be given scholarship and all that. So if you're just playing for the university, third division team, but you are not a student, then you will not be able to benefit from this. All this, you go all over the world. The university competition is very, very respected. University competitions are very, very, very important. So we try to make sure that we help a lot of students. Aside from that as well, we have been helping other teams. We have been organizing test games with them. We have tried to also reach out to other teams in helping them in terms of writing and educating some of their students and players with the importance of education and both sports together.
That is in the first or in the second division?
That is we are in the third division currently.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in the third division currently.
Okay. No, I mean the teams you collaborate to do this partnership
yes,
with.
We have a team that is in the second division that we met with.
Okay.
We also have teams that are in the the third division. We normally have a test game with them. We communicate with them. We also meet some academics that we share experience with.
Okay. Good. Now, funding is very important. What is the source of funding when it comes to
yes,
all your activities?
All thanks to the university management, by the student union, and we have few donors outside. This year, honestly, the union has been working very, very hard in terms of making sure that we have a very standard tournament. Because starting with how referees, paying of referees, standard referees, that has been a lot for us. Securing venues, these venues you have to pay for them. Trying to make sure that we get the best places for them. Fish areas, match commissioners, these are all people that are giving something. So I think financial support is something that we really needed, and the management also have been supporting in terms of that. This year, we wrote to the VC that yes, but we need some support, and he's been able to do that for us as well. But we are also counting on GFF because we wrote to them, and I believe that they will definitely do that before the finals to at least give us 1 or 2 supports that we need from them. Yeah, football, it's very, very expensive, which we all know, but you don't just have to look at the expenditure side of it. You know, you look at what it gives back to the community. You know, per se, right now we are witnessing the Nawetans are going on.
Yeah.
If you go to the Serkunda East Park, West Park, you go to Birkama, you find out that there are so many youths that go there, you know, to free up their mind, watch games, enjoy, have fun. You know, this will reduce the terms of stress, you know, all these illegal things that they will be doing. For me, I rather be at the football field, you know, watching football than being somewhere else doing God knows what. You know, football is something that, you know, when you are watching it for 1 hour 30 minutes, you at least, unless for Manchester United fans, which are always desperate when they are watching their games. Sorry for saying this.
My dad is a Man U supporter, so
you know, yeah, United fans will be watching games and they will be going through a lot. But aside from that, you know, if you're watching the game, you really enjoy it. You really enjoy the movement. You know, it helps you free up your mind with a lot of things. You know, we understand that things are very, very hard in the world. In general, the world is really stressful. But with this kind of entertainment, you can be able to free up your mind a lot.
So, who are we expecting to see in the finals, and what are people expecting, especially people that are following UTG football? What are we expecting come November 1st?
Yes, it's going to be a very, very entertaining football, I believe, because the tournament has been very, very interesting this year. We have witnessed a team that has been an underdog, you know, winning big schools. We have seen the administration team making it up to the semi-final, you know, and now finally we have the biggest school in the university, which is the School of Business and Public Administration, playing against EDUSA, which is the education students. Some of these, majority of them are teachers, and these are teachers that will be playing against some of their students. You know, for the female, we are going to have the law students playing against the second biggest school, which is SOSA. So it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lively, and we are inviting everybody in the Gambia to come and witness about these finals. And we also plan on having a game sort of for the coaches and the student union as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is interesting. Are we going to have the female play first or the male side?
Yes. What we plan
because
on doing,
I want to watch the female side.
You want to watch the?
Yes.
You are sorely invited. You are sorry.
Yeah.
The female will play first. Then we have the male playing second.
I don't support that. This one is going to be too hot. Let the female side play second game. Yes, but before we go. How would you describe the partnership between the University of the Gambia and the Gambia Football Federation?
I say Alhamdulillah, it is very, very good. And for me, this year I think it has evolved because the former sports minister Ajara Samba was the one who told me to at least reach out to them this year. So I did, and I did not regret it at all. So I would also advise my successors to try by all means reach out to the GFF. With this, you know, they can really help a lot in terms of football, you know, because all these things that we have mentioned here, we are not easily accessible for us. But this year with their support, they have been really, really accessible for us with the support of the management, you know, and the student union, and the student in particular, because these are people that, you know, have their classes, they have assignment and all that, but they will sacrifice their time to come, you know, and play. Likewise, the sports ministers who normally coordinate their stuff, I think they are the best so far, because the various top ministers have been doing a lot. They have been struggling, especially in terms of finance. Every game they will be complaining that the camp fee is very expensive here and there, but, you know, they always show up. You know, there have been times that we even scheduled a game and the game was cancelled. You know, and by then they have already come, they have already paid their transportation, and they have to give back to they have to be given back to the players as well.
Right.
So it was really difficult for us. But we thank them a lot. They have been doing a lot. They have been trying. Students taking part, students serving as coaches, students coming out, to video the game, promote the game for us. We are really, really grateful, and I'm very, very thankful to the University of the Gambia students as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Malain Manka, for your time, and we are looking forward to the finals on the 1st of November, and hopefully myself and my production team, we are going to grace the occasion and, of course, enjoy women football. We know women football is very, very entertaining, so we are going to be there to watch that final. Thank you very much for coming, and we hope you can join us, after the finals to talk about the finals.
Yeah.
And of course, more partnership with the federation.
Thank you very much for having me as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that was Sheikh Malain Manka of the University of the Gambia. He is the sports minister for the UTG, and of course, that will bring us to the end of today's broadcast. I have Omar Toure, who is the my production manager. And of course, Mariam Okoma, assisted by Mariam Okoma, and my super producer, Amadou Oba. Before we call off, like I said, next week rather, we will start exclusively with the 1st and 2nd division preparation to the league. And I will read this notice because it's on the federation's page. Notice to all Division 1 and 2 clubs, men and women. Well, the Gambia Football Federation, through its competition department, informs all men and women Division 1 and 2 clubs that only new registered players for the 2023-2024 season will be issued with a player's card, while all registered players from last season will retain their old cards. However, they should be submitted to the competition department during the registration period for renewal. Well, that plus more. Join Amadou Oba on Monday for more exciting news when it comes to the 1st and 2nd division, as we'll capture all the exciting moments building up to the 10th of November when the league finally opens here in the Gambia. My name is Mariam Obojan. Thank you for watching. Until we come your way next week, Monday, have a fantastic day and enjoy your weekend.